Michael O'Leary, CEO of Ryanair, thanks for joining me. Ryanair has been very vocal for a while about high fees and taxes here in Germany, and yet we're seeing that the German government still plans to raise taxes further on air traffic this year. What does that mean for your company? Are you going to shrink capacity?
I think what we said this morning, Germany is facing a crisis in its air travel industry. Germany is the country that has recovered least of its pre-COVID traffic. You're operating at about 75% of pre-COVID traffic volumes in Germany, when other competitor economies in Europe, Spain, Italy, Greece, are at 120, 130% of their pre-COVID traffic. Germany is losing out because of these crazy government policies, which increases ATC fees. Security fees are continuing to rise. Airport fees are among the most expensive in Europe. You cannot have growth if what you're going to do is tax everybody here. They're fundamentally following the wrong policy. And what we've set out today is a proposal that we could double our traffic in Germany over the next 7 years. We would grow from 17 million passengers to 34 million passengers, but we need lower fees, scrap the aviation taxes, and lower airport fees as well.
ATC, of course, means air traffic control fees. We've seen that Germany's air traffic manager has actually said that he believes that as Ryanair and other discount flyers gain more capacity, that is, you build out your fleet, that you actually will return to Germany in high numbers. Is that not right? Does he not have a point?
No. We're going to go to Italy, we're going to go to Spain, we're going to go to Portugal, we're going to go to Poland. I mean, if you look at our growth this year, it's in Copenhagen, it's in Albania, and it's in Poland. We're not coming back to Germany. And the sad thing is, nor is anybody else. Even Lufthansa has reduced its pre-COVID capacity by about 20%. Germany is suffering the least growth, the least recovery, and the highest airfares in Europe.
So you're saying that even as these Boeing 8s and your new Boeing 10s eventually come in, you don't expect to build out here in Germany after you've satisfied all that capacity elsewhere?
Not unless
you're growing like few other airlines right now.
Yeah, not unless. We're operating this year about 150% of our pre-COVID capacity. But Germany's missing out on all that growth. And it's missing out because it's the only country in Europe that's increasing all these taxes and fees. The Spanish, the Portuguese, the Italians are reducing taxes, reducing fees to recover traffic and tourism. Germany is sitting there idly losing all this tourism, all this traffic and tourism to other European competitors.
You have plans to build out in Eastern Europe. What is it that you see about that region that's so attractive? They're facing a lot of the same challenges as elsewhere.
They have much lower costs. They have lower cost airports. They have lower cost ATC fees. They don't tax airport security, and the ETS, the environmental taxes, are much lower. But there's also growing economies there. You have GDP rising in Poland and Romania. Propensity to spend is higher. People want to go visit Western Europe. You have an increasing, particularly among younger people working all across Europe. So you have Poles, Romanians, Bulgarians taking jobs in Germany, in Spain, in the UK, and we're fostering that kind of migration by offering them very low airfares.
Do you see any concerns there with that development, especially with the war in Ukraine right next door?
I think it's clearly a challenge. Like, we were the second largest airline in Ukraine before Putin's illegal invasion. We want to go back to Ukraine, but clearly can't do so until the skies are reopened. But Ukraine is a country with 35 million people. They provide a lot of labour in those markets in Poland and in Romania. We hope that they will be successful in seeing off the Russian invasion, and that we will be able and free to go back flying in Ukraine. I mean, if you look at the opportunity as an airline, there's 12 million Ukrainians displaced all over Europe as a result of the war. We want to reunite those families, and it can only be done on the back of low-fare air travel.
Italy is one market where you've been able to build out your position, especially as Alitalia has fallen away. Lufthansa CEO Carsten Spohr even said that you were the dominant player there, and we've seen that Italy's regulators even seem to agree. They've challenged Ryanair on some issues. Is that not true? Does he not have a point? Are you not a dominant player now in that market?
It's laughable that we're in a dominant position in Italy. We've only got 40% market share in Italy. Lufthansa has about 80% market share in Germany.
But in Italy, is that not a dominant position compared to every other flyer?
No, it's not. I mean, there's lots of competition and choice in the Italian marketplace. The reality is, though, our market share is growing in Italy because Alitalia keeps declining. Wizz Air and others withdraw capacity from Italy, and we keep adding capacity and we keep growing there. So do we have a bigger and growing footprint in Italy? Yes, we do. But because we offer lower fares than anybody else. We do have face challenges in some of the Italian courts. You have these crazy consumer agencies down there who are going after Ryanair for our policies when we offer the lowest airfares, and yet will not take action against these OTA pirates who are illegally scraping our digital websites and then scamming customers for inflated airfares and inflated ancillary fees.
Italy says that lowers choice for consumers because then they can't package the flight with other low-cost hotels, things like that.
Completely untrue. I mean, if you look at the way the internet works, people make their own packages. And we actually are happy to work with OTAs. All we ask is the OTA doesn't inflate our airfares or scam customers for hidden fees. We work with Google Flights, for example, who are completely transparent. The passenger makes the booking in the Ryanair.com website. But when we do a monthly survey, we publish a monthly survey. I mean, people like eDreams, Opodo, Kiwi.com, who are charging 200% and 300% higher fees than Ryanair, than available on the Ryanair website, should be illegal. You should not be allowed to scam consumers. Use what you propose is a kind of a transparent price comparison website to then scam people for inflated fees.
I want to ask about Boeing and, of course, everything that we've seen recently with that Alaska Airlines flight. Even before that, there have been some warnings about fuselage issues with Boeing, from bolts that weren't being tightened enough to drill holes that were in unexpected places. These warnings then lead to delays in deliveries as they check those planes again. What do you see right now when you look at Boeing and its issues?
Boeing need to improve quality control, production quality. I think it has been improving over the last 2 years. But there's no doubt that Boeing are facing challenges on the MAX 9 aircraft, which has this door plug. We don't operate any of those aircraft, so none of our aircraft are grounded. But Airbus is also facing challenges with the Pratt & Whitney engine on the A320 fleet. So both of the big manufacturers have quality challenges or production quality challenges that they need to be addressed this year. I think we, like every other airline, would want to see better quality of production from Boeing and from Airbus. But we're working closely with them and with the regulators to ensure that those high standards are achieved every time an aircraft is delivered.
Is it fair to say that your bigger concern is these delivery delays?
In the short term, yes. I mean, we're supposed to get 57 aircraft delivered by Boeing by the end of April. We think we'll be lucky to get 50 by the end of June. And that means, our original plan, which was to grow to 205 million passengers this year, we're probably only going to get to maybe 200 million passengers. But, we'll work with them and hopefully we'll get, the Boeing delivery delays won't impede our growth.
Ryanair has been expanding its capacity in Europe like few other airlines here, and it's benefited from this kind of post-pandemic bounce. In fact, it looks like fares are again going to be high this summer. How long can we expect this to continue? What do you see as you look forward?
The difficulty is we don't know. I mean, I worry, though, if you look at the propensity of governments like the German government to raise taxes, you can't run around raising airport taxes, raising ATC fees, raising bogus security charges, and expect airfares to fall. If governments in Europe keep raising taxes, but on an industry like air travel, which is key to both economic growth and to tourism, then I think the outlook is kind of negative. We need governments to stop taxing the hell out of air travel, because air travel is an engine for not just economic growth, but also tourism and employment growth as well. And the German government doesn't get it. It needs to stop raising taxes. It needs to start cutting taxes, because cutting taxes is the way forward. And that's been shown in Spain, it's been shown in Portugal, it's been shown in Greece.
All right, Michael O'Leary, CEO of Ryanair. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Good to see you again.
Yeah, you as well.
Happy New Year.
All right, you as well.